Hey guys, it's Wednesday. Hey. Get it? Mike, the camel, the Geico commercial. I'm sure you get it. Anyways. Oh, Lord, y'all. What a day. And I'm going to be a Mimi again at 7:30, at the very latest, 7:30 in the morning. She's the first one to go in the morning. So my Nevaeh will be here tomorrow before 7:30. I'm so excited, y'all. And I'm telling you, honestly, if I could afford it, I would get in my car right now and drive over there. So I'd be there. Hey, Lisa. So that I could be there when she come into the world. But I just can't afford it. I've got to work. So thank God for FaceTime. Yay. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm so excited about it. And I'll be really honest with you, I've been busy today and I don't have a subject written down for tonight. Hey, Jennifer. One thing that we can talk about that I'd like to talk about is people that put you down or give you grief for doing keto. We talked about this a little bit the other night. And it's like I said, you just got to get yourself educated and to each his own. And you know, you're not, hey Ruth. And the thing is that, I mean, I've gotten pretty bad lately to tell people when they say something about how much fat I eat. I'll say, well, you know, I don't judge you for drinking that Pepsi and eating those ho-hos, but it's going to kill you. And I just keep right on going. But that's me. And I do have a little bit of a sassy side at times. Hence the name. There's another part to that too. My mom always said that opinions are like buttholes and belly buttons. Everybody's got one. Of course, I do know two people that, because of medical complications, that, you know, surgeries and such, and I guess they don't get an opinion, huh? They can't be on my page. Can't be my friend, because you got to have an opinion to be my friend. Because I have an opinion about everything. Maybe that's what I should start doing to blow my YouTube up, y'all, is just start posting videos of my opinion on things. Because, boy, I have some. And I keep them to myself most of the time. And I'm a little sassy tonight, y'all. I'm just a little salty. I don't know why. Yes, I do. This thing with New York has really got me going today. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Lynn. I am beside myself with grief today about New York. I really am. I am a Christian woman. And I believe, you know, what I believe. But to pass the law that they passed today in the state of New York, why don't they just let all the murderers and all of them out of prison? Because apparently murder's just fine. Not a big deal for the state of New York. And it just breaks me. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. As a human being. Has nothing to do with being a mama. Has nothing to do with being a nurse. Has nothing to do with the fact that my daughter is bringing a beautiful life into this world tomorrow morning. It has to do with how there is any way possible for a consensus of people. Now, there wasn't just one person that came to this conclusion and signed this bill. It was a consensus of people that signed a bill saying that abortion will be legal in the state of New York up until birth. Nope, I'm sorry. There's a special place in hell for those people. And for all the people that take advantage of that bill. So, that's just how I feel about it. That's my opinion on that. And we're going to leave that alone now and let the salty, sassy Keto Nurse go. But yeah, that... And there's a picture on Facebook of them signing the bill, and they're smiling. And I thought, yeah, you keep on smiling. You keep right on smiling, because God has something in store for you, brother and sister, the ones that signed it. Anyways, all right. So, like I said, I didn't have time to sit down and do any research on any subjects today. So I want some input from you fellers, and let me know what y'all want to talk about. Today, my day has been really good. I've been really surprised. Y'all saw my post this morning. You know, when I went to bed last night, number one, I am terrible. I don't go to bed when I should, and I'm really trying to work on that. But last night I had a lot of stuff I needed to do, and I had some charting that had to be finished, and I just didn't get in bed. And I had been up all night the night before, so by the time I went to bed at 12:45, I had been up for 26 hours. And I fell asleep shortly after I went to bed. Slept really well, but I woke up at 5:20 this morning. What? But I mean, I felt fine all day. I've had good energy. But yeah, 5:20, I was wide awake. So I got up and I fixed my eggs and my bacon and fixed my BPC. And you know what's funny is when I fixed my BPC this morning, I didn't have my big mug. I had forgotten, left it in my car, and it was just too cold and rainy and funky for me to go down there and get it this morning. So I used one of my other tumblers, which is exactly like the one that all my giveaway winners have gotten. So it's only a 20-ounce tumbler. So I used one of those 16-ounce to-go cups and just split it between the two. Well, I drank the 16-ounce to-go cup before I even left the house when I ate my eggs. And y'all, I never drank the other one. I was not hungry, not one single bit. I ate that at 6:30 this morning. I've drank water all day, but I've not been the least bit hungry. I'm starting to get a few twangs right now like I could eat. So I'll probably eat after I pick Hannah up. I don't know. I'm definitely getting to that place. Hi, Carla. I'm definitely getting to that place where I'm going to have to watch my calories. Ruth, there's nothing to be scared of when your BMR is 1480. You have to remember that fat is 9 calories a gram, which is more than twice what protein and carbs are. So if you dip everything in butter, use sour cream, add cream cheese to your stuff, cook with coconut oil, put coconut oil and all that goodies stuff in your coffee. MCT oil's really great. Your calories will add up really quickly. Really quickly. I wonder though, your BMR's 1480 and you're 5'4". Well, that sounds about right. So you're doing what, about 60 grams protein? Hey, Pam. About 60 grams protein. Around 80 calories worth of carbohydrates. Hey, Whitney. So that's like 320 calories there. So then you've got 1,100 calories of fat left. And you have to remember that you're not just going to go in there and pull out the butter, 1,100 calories of butter. All right? Because you have to remember that any fatty meat, ribeyes and steaks and pork chops and all of that good stuff, that's all got fat in it. You'd be really surprised at some of the stuff that has fat in it. When you do your vegetables, either saute them or drizzle them with oil or with butter. If you're doing fatty fish, the fat calories add up really quickly in fatty fish, especially some of the seafood, the fattier fishes. So you're very insulin resistant. if your blood sugar goes up with veggies. I tell you, honestly, Carla, if you're that insulin resistant, you might want to just back off the veggies a good bit and go to a closer carnivore keto type of thing, because if you're that insulin resistant, your body's going to take a little time to heal. And I think that's what I'm finding right now, because right now I crave steak all the time. All the time. I didn't buy any steak this week. I bought ground beef. And so tonight my plan is, when I pick Hannah up, I'm going to do some ground beef, and I'm going to do stuffed, like hamburger patties. So I'm going to season my meat really good, and then I'm going to add some cream cheese to my raw meat, pat it out, and then put some of that mozzarella cheese, that block mozzarella that I bought. I'm going to slice a couple slices off that and put it in the center, and put them together, mash them down real good, and then fry them in bacon grease, and fry up 4 or 5 pieces of bacon. And then when it comes out of the pan, I'm going to put a piece of cheddar cheese on top of that, and that bacon, and then I'm going to slather it in ranch dip. Yum! Now granted, carnivore keto isn't all about cheese, it's about animal products, but which Jason Fung video did you watch today, Ruth? He has tons. I watch him pretty often, and mostly, most of the time, that's the one thing that I'm finding as I go along, is that a lot of times when you watch the big names, the really big names, most of their instructional videos and educational videos pretty much run along the same lines, because people ask the same questions. Okay, and that's why when you go to a conference, like I'm going to go to the ADAPT conference both on the 9th and on the 16th. But there's going to be 2 sets of speakers. Now, Dr. Eric Westman, I'm sure, oh, that is such a good video. And it's such a good book. Such a good book. Ken Berry he just tickles me to death. I so wish, Brittany, that you were going to the Tennessee conference with me. I know you're going to the Atlanta conference with me. By the way, who else has bought their tickets? Come on. Jennifer, have you got your ticket to Atlanta yet? Brittany got hers. But I'm going to both of them, and I get to meet Ken and Nisha in Tennessee, and I can't wait to meet him in person. And Dr. Westman. Way to go, Carla. So, Carla's been doing this, y'all, she's been doing this longer than I have. She's been doing this for 2 years longer than I have. And so you're finding now, even now, Carla, are you still having problems? You still have problems with veg? You just may be you may just be very carb sensitive. But I find myself, I'm not eating a whole lot of veg anymore. Oh. Are you doing 2 states, Jennifer, or is it your license and Dale's license? Wow, Ruth, those are high. I try to keep mine below 2 to stay in that really good fat burning area. Oh, Jennifer, I'm disappointed now. I was really hoping you'd get to go. Because, y'all, I did find out, Amy Berger, the one that's speaking in Atlanta, she is the one who wrote the Alzheimer's book. Give me a minute and I'll tell you. and that may just be your body saying, hey, this is what I need. I don't need, because there are no essential carbohydrates. And you honestly can get all of your nutrition from animal products. You know, people used to, the big things, vegetarians and vegans. Well, you can be a carnivore too. Get all your, everything you need. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited I can't stand it. I have not seen Stop the Thyroid Madness. I have not watched that. Absolutely, Jennifer. And there's going to be lots of different things going on. In fact, I know Ken and Nisha are going to be having like a mini keto con or a keto, some kind of a keto conference fest, something up near them this spring sometime. But I don't know how much it's going to cost, because I can't do real expensive stuff. I can't make myself do it. Lisa, the Tennessee conference is February the 9th, and that is 3 weeks from Saturday. And the Atlanta is February 16th, which is the following week. And so when I know that they sent me an email, because I went ahead and got my stuff done like a week or so ago, that I know that this has, that said that they're almost sold out for the Tennessee event. And I had a feeling that would happen, because when they have it in a venue, they can only have so many people. Ruth, I understand that bile salts are very beneficial when you don't have a gallbladder, at least in the beginning. But 9 times out of 10, the body will adjust to, instead of using the gallbladder, the liver will actually start to produce some enzymes that will help break down fat. You're changing endocrinologist, Brittany, or you're changing from the doctor you're seeing to an endocrinologist? Whew. Utah's way off, sister. That would have to be a flight. I can't afford to fly. I have to drive everywhere. And I work like 60 hours a week. So I don't usually take time off unless like Friday. Y'all, you know I don't take no time off when I'm not even taking off tomorrow to see my granddaughter born. I'm not going until Friday. All right, so the one in Atlanta, Jeffrey McDaniel is a member of the Obesity Medicine Association, the CME Committee, the Obesity Action Coalition, and the Canadian Obesity Network. He is also a diplomat on the American Board of Obesity Medicine. So he does a lot of the same things that Dr. Westman does. There are keto conferences and keto. There's a keto, on a ship cruise. Jimmy Moore does a keto cruise every year, twice a year actually. Yes, Brittany, an endocrinologist would definitely be much better as severe as your thyroid is. Well, that's what I'm loving about these days, is most of these bigger conferences and these bigger meetups and stuff, the Keto Fest and Keto Cons, a lot of them are now offering like a live, you can buy a ticket to view the videos of all of the talks and everything. And now granted, you don't have that additional benefit of being able to ask questions or to actually meet the people and, you know, kind of pick their brains. But definitely anybody near Utah should check that out. Keto Chow is a great company, and I bet they're going to have some great folks up in there. In Atlanta, the next one I'm going to tell you about is David Jockers. He is a doctor of natural medicine, a functional nutritionist, and a corrective care chiropractic at his clinic. So he's a chiropractor. He works in Kennesaw, Georgia. How about that? He runs one of the hottest health websites that has over 1 million visitors each month. And he is he's the developer of a best-selling e-course called Navigating the Keto Diet. And also hosts multiple podcasts, such as the Keto Edge Summit and the Fasting Transformation Summit. Oh, well, he'll be great to hear and to learn from, won't he? Then you got Amy Berger, and she's the one who wrote she is a certified nutrition specialist and nutritional therapy practitioner, and she helps people. She blogs at To It Nutrition, and she wrote The Alzheimer's Antidote, which addresses the Alzheimer's disease as type 3 diabetes or diabetes of the brain. Then, wait a minute. Jimmy Moore and Christine Moore are going to be there? What? They must have added him to it, because he's not listed on the thing. Jimmy Moore and Christine Moore are going to be there too. Yeehaw, I'll get to meet them all. Well, holy rahaya. So the one in Atlanta is hosted by Dr. David Jockers. I did not know that Jimmy and Christine were going to be there. Our speakers. You know, him and Christine just released a new book called Real Food Keto. Oh, wow, I'd like to meet Carrie. And yes, Jimmy and Dr. Barry are both very adept at social media. Almost everything they do, they go live. And when they go on the keto cruise and all that kind of stuff, Nisha always does live feeds of everything. I've watched a little bit of Amy Berger stuff, not a lot. I would like to watch more. Jimmy Moore, of course, everybody knows who Jimmy Moore is. And here lately, this month he's doing the Keto Carnivore Challenge. And he started the new thing on Instagram called Jimmy Rants. And every day he picks a subject and he rants about it. But he is the author of The Keto Cure, Complete Guide to Fasting, The Ketogenic Cookbook, Keto Clarity, Cholesterol Clarity, and Real Food Keto with his wife. And of course now, Keto Clarity, Cholesterol Clarity, and The Complete Guide to Fasting, I know that Complete Guide to Fasting was with Jason Fung. Cholesterol Clarity was with another doctor, I can't remember who. But he partnered in most of them. But these are, yeah, I'm super excited about this Atlanta one now too. Not that I wouldn't be excited about it, because I want to learn from everybody. But now I'm just tore up. So I'm going to read this out to y'all for those of you who have not went and looked at it. The early bird tickets right now are $50. Now, you will have to pay tax when you do that, and that includes a prepackaged lunch that you will get there. Registration begins at 8 a.m. So anybody that's going from Clayton down to Atlanta, we would have to leave here around 6 probably, because around 7:15 it gets ugly down there around Atlanta. And we want to make sure that we're there plenty early enough. Snacks will be Adapt Keto snacks. And Dr. Westman actually put in the email that was sent out to everybody that has tickets to the other events and stuff, that they're actually going to be doing free. It's not going to be the whole bars, but pieces, you know, snacks, tasty bites, so that you can, yes, Dr. Adam Naley, yes, thank you. So that you can taste each flavor, and they will be selling them at the conference, selling the things, and they are completely keto. I mean, this is something developed by Dr. Westman. So Adapt Keto snacks, coffee, tea, and refreshments will be available during the event. Lunch is a low-carb prepackaged lunch, but you're welcome to bring your own lunch if you prefer. Prizes. Each person that comes will receive a raffle ticket upon registration. Great giveaways, drawings done after the presentation. See below for more details, more to be added. The raffle door prizes include a signed copy of Amy Berger's Alzheimer's Antidote, a signed copy of Real Food Keto by Jimmy Moore and Christine Moore, an assortment of Adapt products, a signed copy of Eat Rich, Live Long by Jeff Gerber and Ivor Cummings, and I think Jeff Gerber is Amy Berger's husband. A signed copy of Christy Sullivan's Keto Living Day by Day. And y'all, I just found out the other day that I did not realize that Christy Sullivan lives in Pinehurst, North Carolina, where my sister lives. And that's not 30 minutes from where my daughter lives. That's where one of the Hill clinics has opened. It's one of the 3 that is open currently. And Christy lives over that way. So I may shoot her a message and see if I can get up with her and shake hands at some point while I'm in Fayetteville. But not this time, but I will be in Fayetteville a lot for the next little while. Let's see. Signed copy of the book Keto by Maria and Craig Emmerich. Signed copy of the recipe book Keto Comfort Foods by Maria Emmerich. A bilingual recipe book Keto East, a ketogenic lifestyle cooking Asian by Kelly Tan Peterson, copy of the recipe book from Hill Clinics, the Low Carb Diabetes Solution Cookbook by Dana Carpenter, and a copy of Rachel Gregory's new book, 21-Day Ketogenic Diet and Weight Loss Challenge. So they've got some accommodations down there where you can stay in the Hilton Garden Inn, but of course we wouldn't need to do that because we're only an hour and a half away. But I would love for a bunch to go. And y'all, I know that all of y'all ain't from where I'm at, but if you're within a few hours of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, or Atlanta, Georgia, I would love to meet you. You know, I mean, I know I'm not as exciting as Dr. Westman or Dr. Berry or Dr. Jockers or any of these guys, but I would love to meet you. I'm going to drive right at 5 hours to get to the one in Tennessee, but I'm super excited about it. I'm going to be driving 5 and 6 hours every weekend for the next foreseeable future anyway, so I figure it's all right. And it's going to be fun, and I'm going to learn a lot, and I'm just very excited. So, yep, that's about all I can say on that. And y'all, I turn the brightness down on my computer when I do lives, just because it keeps me from blinding everybody. All right, next question. Y'all are having those are good questions y'all are bringing up tonight. Anybody else have any questions you want to ask? Because I really enjoy that. And there's tons of events that happen. So how did everybody do today? Are y'all starting to really feel the benefits of the ketogenic lifestyle? Are y'all starting to really feel the oomph and the good stuff? Nobody's talking. Now, y'all were all talking there for a minute, and now everybody just stopped. Jennifer, I'm glad. I was worried about you this morning, honey, and I thought, bless her heart, she felt bad already, and then gets down there and the darn school pulls that crap. That's North Georgia Tech for you. Becky, yes, too much protein can kick you out of ketosis if you are not carnivore keto. But the truth of the matter is that even on carnivore keto, I mean, if you just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, yes, it will kick you out of ketosis. I mean, there's always a limit. But the difference between a regular ketogenic way of eating and carnivore keto is that with carnivore keto, you're going to fill up a lot faster than you do on regular keto because you're getting so much fat and so much protein that you just end up not eating a whole lot, but you eat very nutrient-dense, calorie-high foods. Now, on regular keto, the big difference there is that when you're still taking in carbs and you eat too much protein, then your body's going to say, wait a minute, this protein can be turned into sugar. And at a certain point, it can do that. That's the reason that I suggest that everybody watch that macros video on my YouTube channel and set your macros up according to that. Just to throw it out there, Ruth, 117 grams of fat is not that high. Not at all. In fact, to be very honest with you, my BPC has almost 70 grams of fat in it. It's all about finding the good fats, the ones that are most beneficial. I mean, you can't just eat junk fat, y'all. It has to be good quality fat. It needs to be... Oh, okay. The thing is that when you eat good quality fat, it makes such a difference. And like with MCT oil, I think MCT oil is 30 calories a serving. I don't remember exactly. I had it wrote down at one point. But I do a serving every day, and you know, the Kerrygold butter, but those really good fats that I'm talking about are the ones that come from your red meats, good, you know, good quality steaks, dark meat chicken, oily fish. And now, y'all, that I like the tuna, those tuna cups, I'm so happy because I've never been much of a fish eater, and that's going to really round me out a little bit. Hi, Edna from Atlanta. We've been talking about Atlanta all this time, talking about that ADAPT event. Edna, are you planning on coming to the ADAPT event on February the 16th? I just found out that Jimmy Moore and his wife Christine are going to be there, as well as Dr. Jockers and Amy Berger and one other one that I wasn't real familiar with. And then, of course, Dr. Westman. We would love to see you there. It's $50. You do have to pay tax on the $50 because when I bought my Tennessee ticket, it was $60, and I think I ended up spending $63. And see, that's great. You're getting good quality meat, good quality fats. You're getting those nutrients and macro and micronutrients when you're eating all that stuff. So where are you averaging? Because fat's really to satiety. If you're getting to your BMR, you can go on Sassy Keto Nurse, and I have got an event set up for both the ADAPT things, and you can just click on it and it will take you straight over to their event. Or you can just Google Adapt Atlanta and it'll come up. And you buy your ticket right there on the event. And I think there's a place when you buy your ticket that you can say what group you're with. And please tag yourself as being with the Sassy Keto Nurse group. I'd really appreciate that. It helps me to maybe get a place with them to where I can get some discounts for us later. It's what I'm hoping for anyway. What I was about to say. All right, y'all. Carbs are a limit. 20 grams is the top of the deal. 20 grams, period. Carbs are a limit. Protein is a goal. You want to get as close to your protein macro as you can, because that is what maintains your muscle stability. It maintains your vasculature. It helps with all of your connective tissue, all that kind of stuff. And that's where you get a lot of your nutrients at. Fat is to satiety. If you are eating less than 20 grams of carbs, most women are between 50 and 60 grams of protein. Some are higher than that just because they're more active or more lean or younger. And so today you're 80 grams of fat, 49 protein, and under 20 carbs. So you're looking at 280, and so you're sitting right at like 850, somewhere around in there, calories right now. And your BMR was 1460, 1480, it was somewhere around there. So you're looking at 600 calories. When you eat meats, when you eat all your meats, do you add fat to everything? Because the big thing is adding those good fats to everything, whether it's MCT oil, butter, sour cream, cream cheese, good cheeses, good hard cheeses, Parmesan. You can make great cheese sauces. I like to make it's almost like I love to make sausage gravy. And y'all, it's the easiest thing you'll ever make. And I pour it over stuff. And sometimes I just eat it by itself, to be honest. Because it's all about planning, Ruth. It's all about making sure that you hit that BMR. And you will get full fast. I agree with that. How about fatty drinks? Do you do any fatty drinks? You're only at 80 grams of fat for the day? I'm just wondering what you ate today. And you don't have to post it on here if you don't want to. Fatty drinks are like fatty teas and fatty coffee. And what you do there is, like with coffee, there's BPC. My coffee every morning, I do 32 ounces of coffee. It has coconut oil, butter, MCT oil, and then I have salt that I put in it. Oh, excuse me. What else do I put in it? MCT oil, coconut oil, butter, heavy whipped cream, and why are you only doing half a tablespoon of butter in your coffee, Ruth? You can add butter or MCT or coconut oil to your coffee. It froths up beautifully and it tastes so good, and it adds some really good fats to start your day out and get your fat burning fire stoked up. It really does help. And sometimes I use Torani sugar-free syrup, and sometimes I just use extracts. This week I'm just using extracts. I'm using a hazelnut extract this week. Dr. Berry does do that, but Dr. Berry also eats extremely fatty foods, extremely fatty meats. He eats a ton of it. He's carnivore, and he doesn't require he's meeting his BMR elsewhere because he eats a ton of fatty meat as well as eggs and cheese. Not a lot of cheese anymore. Mostly he does egg yolks. And he likes egg yolks and ground beef and egg yolks and sausage and that kind of stuff. But every human being's different, and if you're not able to meet your fats and get to your BMR with the more dense foods, it's a great way to get your fat in. Now I know that in the mornings he does only half a teaspoon or a half a tablespoon of butter, and he's actually using ghee now. He's actually using ghee now because he didn't want to use butter. He's trying to go as carnivore as possible. And he does that just so that he gets enough fat to extend his fast. And then when he eats, he feasts and fasts. And I mean, you can do that. You can feast and fast if that's what works for you. But if you feast and fast, when you feast, it has to meet your BMR. You have to get the protein needed for your body and enough calories to meet your BMR. Because otherwise, guys, you're doing damage to your metabolism. Your metabolism will drop. Because if you're not meeting your BMR consistently, your body will think you have gone into starvation mode, which is completely different than being in a nutritional ketosis. Ketosis and ketogenic lifestyle are two different things. Ketosis, anybody can go into ketosis if they just don't eat for a while, because the body will flip over and start burning fat for fuel, because that's how the body's set up. A ketogenic lifestyle is about managing that ketosis for optimal healing at a cellular level in the body. So, if you're going to feast and fast, which is fine, it works great, but when you feast, it has to beat your protein and your BMR needs, because otherwise your body will say, okay, I'm not sure what's going on here, but we're going to have to start holding on to some stuff because we're not getting what we need, and your body will turn your metabolism down. It will turn that, you may have been burning 1,400 calories a day, and when you don't meet that 1,400 calories each day, or you don't meet your BMR, then your body says, well, she's only eating about 900 calories a day. Let's drop it down. We'll drop it down to 1,000 first. And then if you continue at 900 and you're still not meeting it, because your body's having to shut things off and not take care of certain necessary functions in your body, certain processes, in order to keep all of the essential things going, like your heart and your lungs and your brain. So that's when you start having trouble with your kidneys, and you start having trouble with first it's with your skin. Your skin and your hair are the first, and then it messes with your kidneys, and then it messes with your gallbladder, and all those kind of things. And that's when you get a lot of people who'll say, well, I've been doing this for 6 months, and I am strict, but I've only lost 20 pounds, and I feel like crap, and my hair's falling out. Well, the reason is because you're not meeting that BMR. Don't be afraid of fat. Fat is not going to hurt your cholesterol. Fat is not going to give you a heart attack. Feed your fire. Fuel your fire. Meet that BMR at minimum. And to be honest, for many of us that are highly insulin resistant, we have to eat calorically closer to the TDEE to get things moving along. But if you're in a situation where you're low calories every day and you're having trouble with it, it's all about adding those good fats everywhere you can add them. And the fatty teas that I talked about, you can do hot tea, and you can add butter, you can add heavy whipping cream, you can add MCT oil. If you put butter in it, yeah, it breaks you fast if you put butter in it. Anytime you intake calories. Now, Dr. Fung does say that if it's under 50 calories, or maybe that was in one of the books, Dr. Fung says if you need a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream in your coffee to get through your fast, you'll probably be okay. But some people that have their gallbladder at do have a little rough time in the beginning. We were talking earlier about ox bile, and that can help with supplementing until your body adjusts. But your body should adjust to where your liver will actually start to produce some enzymes that will help break down fat, just like your gallbladder did. And say, bless y'all, because I can't drink black coffee. I don't even like coffee. I love BPC. I can't stand coffee. How funny is that? Ox bile. It's a supplement that you can take, and it helps with the enzymes to break down fat. See, like some of these things, y'all, are so expensive. The KetoCon conference, the 3-day tickets are $225. Jeez. Yeah, I just don't like coffee by itself. So in the mornings, if I'm fasting, I'll do my hot tea. And I'll drink some hot tea, or I'll just have water. Ox bile, B-I-L-E. You can get it on Amazon. Well, what he said, and let me clarify that, and the day that he said it is the day that I did the video saying that I did not agree with him on this, because he said that in his coffee in the morning, what he does is if he wants to extend his fast a little longer, he'll only do half a tablespoon of butter in his coffee, and now he uses ghee. The thing is, you do half a tablespoon of butter in your coffee, and you're going to break your fast because you have taken in fats, and you will get an insulin response from that. And it will break the fast. But he swears that he does it every morning, and that it keeps... He does just enough fat in his coffee to keep him satiated so that he's not hungry until his big meal, his big feasting meal. But the truth is, y'all, is that he is like feasting and fasting. He's doing like 22 hours a day. And he only does butter in 1 cup of his coffee, and he does half a tablespoon, and it's ghee now. It's not butter, it's clarified ghee. And the rest of his coffee, he does black coffee. You can get it on Amazon, Edna. Yes, calories break a fast. Anything that contains protein, carbs, or fat breaks a fast. And like I said, I know that Dr. Fung said, and he's the master of fasting, he did say that if you had to do a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream to get through, that it probably wouldn't hurt you because there's hardly any calories there. Because if it does, I mean, even like a half a tablespoon of ghee or whatever, it's going to be a very small spike. So you're probably going to maintain that. You know, you're deep into a fast at that point. Pickle juice will break a fast if that's what you're asking. But pickle juice is great to maintain electrolyte balance. Pickle juice is great if you're having sweet cravings. Pickle juice or just eat pickles. And see, a lot of people have trouble with the eating pickles part because they're cucumbers, and cucumbers are higher in carbs. Well, the pickling process kind of helps with that. So pickles are fine. Now, I'm not saying go eat you a jar of pickles, because I don't believe you can get ox bile at Walmart. Let's look and see with pickles. There's 1.5 grams of total carbohydrate in one medium pickled cucumber. Hey, Angie. Yeah, and see, Dr. Berry says no heavy whipping cream at all during a fast, but Dr. Fung says if you have to have a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream to get you through, that'll be fine. But he actually advocates for nothing but water and black coffee or unsweet tea. Well, part of that too, Brittany, is because he has gone completely carnivore and he doesn't do the creams and all that kind of stuff anymore. He does only animal products, and the cream does have some of them have like carrageenan and stuff in it, and he is literally wanting to eat literally like our ancestors did. That's what he's aiming for right now. And I saw a video the other day, he's working with, oh Lord, how did I forget his name? The really muscular keto guy. He's working with him because Dr. Berry has started working out now. Yeah, so pickled cucumbers, one medium, that's like 3 3/4 inches long. Pickled cucumber has 1.5 grams of total carbohydrate. It also has 0.8 of dietary fiber, and I personally would subtract that because it is a vegetable. So you're looking at net carbs of 0.7, not even one net carb for a medium-sized pickle. So yeah, enjoy your pickles. They'll help with your electrolytes. They'll help you with cravings. I wish I liked pickles. I don't. Danny Vega, that's who it is. Yes, he's working with Danny Vega, and he's going to help him over the next year. They're going to work together. All right, Tammy, fasting. I'm sorry, y'all. I just got a message from somebody. It just tickles me to death. Fasting. For me, I think the easiest way to start intermittent fasting, once you get to a place, now Tammy, are you at a place now where you're not hungry all the time and you're not having a whole lot of hunger pains, you're only eating maybe once or twice a day? Because you want to wait until you're at that point before you try intermittent fasting. Because when you sleep at night, you're fasting. So, decide which meal you cannot move around. Decide which meal is most important to you to stay at the current time that it is at. Say, if it's family dinner with your family or your husband, or if it's, for me, it's my BPC. I have to have my BPC in the morning that's what gets me going. That is what energizes me, and so I know that I'm going to break my fast when I drink that BPC, which is usually around 8 a.m. So for me, I then go from that time backwards. And when I first started, I started with a 12-hour fast. So that first week, I didn't eat anything after 8 p.m. And then at 8 a.m. is when I broke my fast. And when I saw how easy that was, and I backed it up a little more, and I started doing 6. And so I was doing a 14-hour fast. And then I decided I would bump my BPC a little farther forward, and I started not drinking my BPC until 10, and I ate from 10 to 6, which is an 8-hour window, so I had that 16 hours. And that 16 hours that's where you're starting to hit gold, When you can get to where you can do 16 hours for a little while, then you can bump it another hour. You know, shave 30 minutes off each end. And you just close that eating window a little at a time until you get to where you're happy. And like with Dr. Berry, he eats in the evenings after he comes home from work. And so in the morning, he has his coffee and that kind of thing, and he drinks coffee at work and water. And then he comes home in the evening and feasts. He may eat 2 big old ribeyes, or he may eat half a pound of, or a pound of ground beef with butter and cream cheese and egg yolks and all this kind of stuff, fried up in bacon grease with some, bacon in it. I don't know. But when he eats, he eats. And so he meets that BMR. And that is the biggest thing. Always meeting that BMR. Crunch and munch. Talking about them cucumbers, talking about them pickles. All right, y'all. Well, we have been here for an hour, and I didn't think we were going to have a lot to talk about, but we did, didn't we? I'm going to look here real quick, y'all, and see. Keto Events 2019. Let's see, the Diet Doctor's having several. That one's already gone. The metabolic. Ah. What time are you running your fast right now, Brittany? Good night, Jennifer. I know that there is a okay, the Keto Getaway, it's over. It was in West Palm Beach. January 31st through the 3rd in Los Angeles, California is a metabolic health summit. I ain't going to be going to that. Boulder, Colorado has the Carnivore Conference in March. Low Carb Denver, that is March 7th through March 10th with Dr. Einfeld from Team Diet Doctor. Now, I guarantee you that Ask Nurse Cindy will be there because she lives out that way. No, she lives in Texas, don't she? I'm not sure. Anyways, Low Carb Universe, Keto Ladies, March 7th through the 10th in Spain. Yeah, I'm not going to be going to that one either. These are all in Australia, so I'm not going to be going to those. But I have a friend that lives in Australia. I should let her know about that. Oh, I really should. Where's my pen? So I can write that down for my little Australian. Bring back the fat. When you say flavored electrolytes with no sugar, what are we talking about? Like the Ultima? That kind of thing? See you, Lynn. I'll talk to you tomorrow night. You're doing good, lady. You're doing real good. Just make sure that when you do eat, that you're getting plenty of fats. And I'll take care of that with that stuff I've got to send you. All right, then KetoCon every year is in Austin, Texas. It's pretty expensive, but it's a 3-day event. It's put on by the Keto Evangelist Group. Low Carb USA is San Diego. The Keto 101 Cruise, that's Jimmy Moore does that one. And that one's September 28th this year. It leaves out of Miami. So, I mean, there's lots of stuff. coming up and things that we can all enjoy together if we find a way. But for right now, the ADAPT conference on the 9th and on the 16th are the two that we're looking at. So you guys have a great night. Make sure you're getting your BMR. I'm going to say it one more time because it's got to sink in, y'all. Without that, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Just saying. So you'll lose weight in the beginning. I mean, you'll lose some weight and you'll kind of yo-yo up and down, but you'll never get to that place of the... Yes, New Year's. They're having a New Year's party up around Nashville, somewhere up in there. And that was, I was going to go over and find their stuff and find out how much that thing's going to cost. You'll never get to that state of good nutritional ketosis if you're not meeting that BMR. And then you're robbing yourself. Kenberry New Year's. Alright, I want to see how much it is, y'all. I don't want to watch the video. I just want to know how much it is. I don't see where it says yet how much it is, y'all. Well, I just think that anything with Nisha and Ken Berry are going to be, it's going to be a hoot. Tammy, you don't need to recalculate your macros and BMR until you get to your maintenance. I mean, if you lose 75 pounds, yeah. Or if you become extremely active where you were not active before, yeah. If you have any big life changes. But for the most part, your macros and your BMR are going to be pretty close. And quite frankly, the BMR is the biggest one that matters. Making sure that you're under 20 carbs, meeting your protein, and meeting your BMR. You know, if you go way over your fat, or if you don't meet your fat, that's all right as long as you're meeting your BMR. So it was Ultima. That's all I was waiting on that. Ultima's fine. Just anything that you're going to add to your water or your tea or coffee or anything, just make sure you check ingredients and there's no added sugars, proteins, or carbs. Because if there are, it will break fast. That's about it, y'all. So y'all have a great night, and I'll look more into this. And if nothing else, I'll ask Ken and Nisha on February 9th when I see them in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Love you guys. Happy Wednesday night. I'm going to be a Mimi in less than 12 hours. I'm so excited. All right, y'all. Sassy Keto Nurse signing off.